We'll start the next exercise. Which one? Find the factors. Okay, what is this chapter's name? Factorization. Did they start this in your class, in your school? No, this is factorization of polynomial. Below that, what is given, students? Factor and remainder and factor theorem, right? Just open the textbook. All of you will open the textbook, students. Turn on the videos first. Keep the videos on. Turn on the videos. Be quick. Sisla is fine. Your turn down. Who is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, Aarti, turn it on, Aarti. Keep the video on. Turn it on. See, there are two things, students. Remainder theorem and fact. Remainder we completed. Remember the concept remainder theorem? You write f of x equation and right hand side what you're supposed to write? Remainder. If they tell something is a factor, students, if they tell it is a factor, what you have to take remainder as? 0. If not, they will give you a remainder. Okay, if you have forgotten, there's no other option. Go through the notes. Next one is, sorry, this was factor theorem, what we studied. Factor. Next is remainder theorem. So it's the same. In the first class, I taught you division method. Do you all remember division method? Look here. Using the factor theorem, I'll do it. I'll teach again. Using the factor theorem, show that this is a factor. If they ask you to show that this is the factor, what you have to take? Right hand side part. Remainder, what you have to take? 0 and so on. After that, what you have to do? Hence, factorize the equation. So this is basically two questions put together, students. One is you have to show the normal calculation. We'll start that. Look at question 2. You have to show that x minus 2 is a factor. If you have to show x minus 2 as a factor, x minus 2 is equal to 0 and the function is f of x is equals to x cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. X minus 2 is equal to 0, then what is x value? What is x, students? 2. So f of x is equal to, in place of x, just put 2. We have to substitute 2. That's the meaning. Okay, is equal to 2 cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. If you have to show that this is a factor, after solving, what answer you have to get on the right hand side? What answer you have to get, students? You have to get the answer 0, right? Yes. If you have to show it's a factor, you should get 0 after solving. Let us check. 2 cube is 8 minus 2 square is 4 minus 9 2s are 18 plus 18. 4 2s are 8. Are we getting 0? Which one gets cancelled? Plus 18 minus 18 plus 8 and if the answer is 0, then what you have to write? X minus 2 is a factor. Okay, it's a factor of x cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. For this you get 1 mark. Total 4 marks question. Another 3 marks. For this you get 1 mark. Okay, this is a factor. The second part of question is hence factorize. So remember this, students. Whenever the word factorize is given, you have to use division method. Okay, what is the question? Hence factorize completely. So if they ask us to factorize completely, take the main question. X cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. Then take this x minus 2. Okay, I'll teach you division method again. What's the first thing I told you in division? Always start with division and after that you have to multiply. So take the first sign, first two. What is x cube divided by x? First divided x square. So write x square on top. All of you will concentrate. Definitely you'll get one question for board exam. It would either be for 3 marks or 4 marks. Okay, so it is x square. After division, multiply these two. What is x square into x cube minus 2 into x square is 2x square. Change the sign. Check whether you can cancel. Both gets cancelled, right? So just ignore. Bring down the first value, minus 9x. Okay, first value. Bring down both, students. Bring down both. 9 plus 18. This is a new question now. What's the next thing you do? You have to divide which one? Minus 9x divided by x. What's the value? Write minus 9 on top. After division, what you have to do? Multiply. Which one? Minus 9 with x. What is minus 9 minus 2? What are you answering? Okay. No, you won't get such question, Ruth. Definitely you will have a fourth variable. Yes, definitely you'll have fourth variable. The reason is if there is no 18 here. Okay. In the question, if there is no 18. What do you get, Ruth? You get 9, right? This will be same. This will be same. Then when you multiply, what are you getting? Minus 9x plus 18. This becomes plus, this becomes minus. This gets cancelled. What's the remainder? No, no. Minus 18, right? Hmm. What is this minus 18, student? This is known as remainder. But according to the question, if x minus 2 is a factor, what's the remainder we got after solving? Do you think they're equal? No. So Ruth, they won't give such question. Definitely you'll have a value such that the remainder should be what? Yes, remainder becomes 0. Is it clear? Bring down both 18 and minus here. The remainder is 0. See, the main concept of this is both should match, students. R is equal to 0 and even here. Are the remainders 0? Right? Now, this quotient, the meaning of factorize completely is x minus 2 is already a factor. X minus 2 is already a factor. Now take this quotient. After long division, all of you listen, take the quotient x square minus 9. Now factorize these using normal method. X minus 9 is equal to 0. Prime factor method. How do you factorize this, students? Minus 9 goes to the other side, becomes plus 9. If root not wrong, root, what is the square root of 9? Plus 3 and isn't it prime factor method? For prime factor method, what's the degree? Okay, tell me what's the degree, students? What's the degree of x? You're not following the basic concept. If the degree is square, how many values will it have? Two values. What are the two values? Plus and minus 3. Okay. So instead of solving it like this, x square minus 9. Fine. X square minus 9. No, correct. What we did was right. X is equal to square root of 9. X is equal to what? Plus 3 and minus 3. So this is what you call factorizing completely. And when you're writing the final answer, students, see, when you're writing the final answer, the main question is x minus 2, and this x plus 3, look here, x is equal to 3. If this 3 goes to the other side, what does it become? X minus 3 is equal to 0. And here, what's the equation you get? These are the other two answers. Therefore, x minus 2, x minus 3, x plus 3 are the factors. Are the factors of this. This is the meaning of factorizing completely. So these are the two new things we got. These are the two additional factors. Is it clear? Did you all understand? Plus a. So even if there is doubt, student, no need to go in depth. It's a very easy concept. First, do normal factorization. Make sure you get 0. Listen, don't write all of you. First listen. Make sure you get 0. You will definitely get 0. Okay. Next, take that question and this factor and divide it. Second step. Once you divide, you will get a quotient. And remember that even in division, you should get 0. If you're not getting 0, you've gone wrong in the division. Okay, so recheck that. Once after dividing, take the quotient and use prime factor method or factorization method. For factorization method, which concept we use? Sum and product, right? But here, are there three values to use sum and product? No, that's the reason we use direct a square minus b square concept. We'll do one thing. Instead of doing like this, when there are two values, always use a square minus b square, student. Don't write. Look here. X square minus 9, take it as 0. I'll write x square as it is. How can I write 9? Can I write 3 square? Doesn't it look like a square minus b square? X plus 3 and x minus 3. Just write that. Yeah, remember this, students. When there are only two values, use a square minus b square concept. When there are three values, use sum and product rule. You all can complete. Start solving. For question, actual question, refer your textbook. Open your textbook. Look at the second exercise, second question. Is Amy any doubts? You still have doubts? Confusion in that? Okay. See, if you have confusion, you don't look at the screen and write it, Amy. Try doing it on your own. If you do any mistakes, then you'll get to know where you're going wrong. Okay, all of you are completed. Shall I do the next one? So when do we use this long division, students? For which particular word we use this? I told you in the beginning. Whenever they ask you to factorize, can you see completely? When they ask us to factorize completely, we use long division. Same thing, I'm going to skip the second one. Just ignore, it's the same thing. This time what they have told, x plus 5 is what? All of you will respond. If they tell factor, what will be the remainder? The remainder is definitely 0. So you can just show that 0 and you can do long division method. Okay, look at the third one. Third question. Using the remainder theorem, factorize each of the following completely. How do you factorize, students? First question, 3x cube plus 2x square minus 19. Is any x value given? Respond. Like this, x plus 5, x plus 3. No, right? No values are given. Use normal factorization. Grouping method. Group it like this. No, you can't group. One minute. What's the remainder theorem? Factorize f of x. Okay, use the remainder theorem. Factorize each of the following. Okay, we need to factorize completely. Is any value given here? X value? All of you will respond. Like the previous question, students, is anything given like this? No. Amy, for this question, is anything given like that? No, right? Only the equation is given. Then we assume value, students. For such method, we assume value. So what we'll do is, first we'll assume, start with 1, start x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 2. Out of any these values, after you solve, you should get 0 as the answer. So we'll start like this. Let x is equal to, we'll take 1. If you substitute 3 into 1 cube, for these 4, try for these 4, definitely any one value, for any one value you have to get what? You'll get answer as, yeah, remainder, after solving you'll get 0, students. Until and unless you should keep checking. Okay, let me take 1. X is equal to 1, 3 into 1, 2 into 1 square, 19 into 1 plus 6. 3 plus 2 minus 19 plus 6. Are we getting remainder 0? 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 6, 11 minus 19. What's the answer we're getting, students? Minus 8. It's not 0. Let's start with next. Let x is equal to, we'll try minus 1 this time. I don't think even minus 1. We'll take 2. X is equal to 2. F of 2 is equal to 3. See, there's no other option but to solve like this. This we call it as it and trial method. Okay, or assumption method. We just assume some value. This question will take, a particular question like this, it will take at least 3 to 4 minutes. I'll tell you, I'll give a this one, student, and I'll explain in a shorter way how to calculate. Look, if I take 2 cube plus 2 into 2 square minus 19 into 2 plus 6. Okay, respond what you will get for this. How much is 2 cube? 8. 2 into 4 minus 19 into 2 is 38 plus 6. 3 8s are 24, 38 plus 6. Add the positive numbers. 24 plus 6 is how much? 30 plus 8. Are we getting 0? Whenever we get 0, this x is equal to 2, students. Therefore, what is a factor? If x is equal to 2, shift this to the other side. X minus 2 is what? X minus 2 will be, is a factor. This is how you find the factor. See, within 2 steps we got it right. So what are the 2 things we assumed? X is equal to 1 and next x is equal to 2. Don't write it until I complete entire explanation. Don't write. Suppose if you're not getting here, you're taking x is equal to 3 and you got remainder 0. Then what will be the factor? Just shift it. X minus 3. Fine. And one more thing, student. In board exam, the way they set the question is, it should either be 1, x is equal to 2. If you're not getting, try x is equal to minus 1. Then what you have to try? X is equal to minus. Don't keep trying with 3 and 4. It's very rare. Always start with 1 and 2. Okay, start with 1 and 2. Sometimes 0, even 0 also. No, you don't get 0. Always start with 1 and 2. If 1 and 2 doesn't work, which one you have to try? Minus 1 and minus 2. So listen, we haven't completed. We haven't completed. And when do we use this it and trial method? when x value is not given, right? Okay, when x value is not given. Now x minus 2 is a factor. Once you get the factor, they've told us to factorize completely. Whenever the word factorize completely is given, what's the other thing you have to do? Division. 3x cube plus 2x square minus 19x plus 6. You have to divide by what? What's the factor we got? X minus 2. For this x minus 2, you'll get a quotient. Okay. Once you find, the remainder will definitely be 0, students. Then take this quotient. If it has 3 values, which method we use? If it has 3 terms, we use sum and product. If the quotient has only 2 terms, then which method we use? A square minus b square. Is it clear, students? Did you all understand? Okay, start solving now. Use division method. For board exam, you get such question. Definitely you'll get such question where they don't give x value. We have to use it and trial. We call it and trial or assumption method. Assumption method. Which one? Division? Right hand side part? Which one, Amy? This one? Okay, I'll do it. First complete the left hand side part, all of you. I'll do the division. You can call value assumption method or it and trial. Okay, and the rules for this is take x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 1 and 2. If you're not getting 0, take x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 2. Was Kia present today? Kia, Angel, Malavika? Okay. What about Angel? Don't know. Fine, students. Complete this. I'll do the long division. Fine, student. Okay, now Amy, you answer Amy. Only then you'll understand. How do you do long division? All of you look at the screen, students. First, which one you take? Hmm. What do you get? Okay. After division, next. Both, right? So what do you get? 3x cube plus into minus is minus. Next. So this becomes 0. What about this? 8x. After this, bring down one number. See, if this is not there, how many numbers you have to bring down, students? If this also becomes 0, then you have to bring down 2, right? If we have a number, how many numbers you have to bring down, Amy? You have to just bring down 19. So basically, how many numbers should be there? Before dividing, how many numbers should be there? 2. That's the concept, students. Okay. Imagine even this also gets cancelled. You have 0. Now, how many numbers you have to bring down? 1 or 2? Yes. Now, just bring down 1. Again, start with division, Amy. Tell me. Plus 8x. When you multiply, minus minus 16x. Next, this becomes 0. Next, minus or plus m. You're not telling me the signs. You'll definitely go wrong if you're doing it like this. Then next, again, we have two numbers, right? Start with division again. Just minus 3. So here you get multiply now. Minus into minuses. If you change the sign, remainder 0. How many terms we have in quotient, students? 2 or 3? 3 terms. Do we use a square minus b square or sum and product rule? Yes. Use sum and product and complete it. Is this clear? Remainder theorem, all of you understood? Factor theorem. This, which remainder, Ruth? When did you leave? You didn't understand all this? You asked me about trial and error, right? Then it is tough, Ruth. See, we have to assume values. Others start doing, students. Others start completing. See, Ruth, what did I tell you? This is remainder concept. Can you see the word remainder is given using remainder theorem? So remainder theorem is basically, if they don't give any x value, we have to assume it. Till there you are there, right? Okay. Always start with x. Start with 1 and 2. If you're not getting the remainder 0, go with minus 1 and minus 2. But in this question, for which value we got 0? x is equal to 2. Once you get x is equal to 2, you have to write it like this. Shift this 2 to the other side. Plus 2 goes to the other side, becomes minus 2. So x minus 2 is a factor. Is it clear? Once you find this factor, according to remainder theorem, divide it. Can you see what I have divided? And that's it. So I've written here, students, first use, we call this as value assumption method or value putting method or it and trial method. Okay, now take the quotient. All of you will use sum and product. Be quick, students. By tomorrow, if you complete, Wednesday I'll start. Which is the new chapter they have done? They have started? Ratio and proportion. Did you understand that? Yeah, ratio is cancelled. Did you understand proportion? Okay. Sum and product. Try it. All of you will complete. Let me do it. Fine, bargain. Let all of them complete. I'll do it. Okay, what's the answer, students? What is sum? You all want me to solve? You got the answer. By Bhargavi, I think you wouldn't have done. What is sum? 8x product is? Okay. Which combination gives 8, students? Minus 1x and plus 9x, right? Okay, so what do you get? 3x square minus 1x plus 9x minus. Uh, Take this as 0. Okay, 0. 3. What is common? X is common. 3x minus 1. First sign is plus. 3 is common. You get 3x minus 1. 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. X plus 3 is equal to 0. So what's the value for x, students? 1 by 3. Okay, that is not required. This is our answer. So what are the three factors we have for this question? X minus 3, 3x minus 1 and our factors. Can you just check the answer for this question? 8b, third main, first one. Just check the students. 8b, third main, first one. See, only the thing is the order might be different, right? We're doing the first one, third main, first one. Okay, I wrote it as 3, sorry. It is x minus 2, right? So, see, this was the first one, students. It and trial method, we got one, and from factorization, we got 2 values. So, that's it. We are almost done. This chapter, nothing else. Only these two concepts, factor and remainder theorem. Other questions are the same, students. You all have to practice other questions. Okay, I'll mark few questions for homework. You can try the fourth question, fifth, sixth, fifth to eighth. How many questions are there, Arti? Can you just check? Only 8? Okay. So do one thing. Try the third main, fourth one for homework, students. The other things you can just ignore. So what is the rule I told you? If x value is not given, you have to always start with 1 next and 2. If you're not getting 0, go with -1 and -2. See, in this textbook, to increase the difficulty level, definitely any one question that it might be 3 or x is equal to -3. Okay. Only if you solve all the questions, you'll get to know. And for board exam, within these 4 or maximum x is equal to 3, you'll get the answer. Okay, so this is easy concept, but one of the lengthy concepts because you have to use it and tile method. So try the third main, fourth one for homework. Even the fifth one is also same. Is any x value given for the fifth one? No. So after you find x value, students, what have they asked? Solve the equation. What do you mean by this? You have to use which method? Division. Can you see equation is same, right? Both the equations are same. Why will they tell us to solve twice, students? The reason is the meaning of this is solve completely. This is the other meaning for solve completely. Whenever they give the word solve or solve completely, use division method. And remember, for division, you'll get quotient. When you get quotient, if there are 3 terms, use sum and product. If there are 2 terms, use a square minus b square. Okay, look at the fifth question. I'll mark any 2 questions for homework. Factorize the expression 2x cube, hence find all. Again, is any value x value given for fifth one? Response, students. Any x value for the fifth one? The same concept. Use it and trial method. And one more thing. These are the words. Solve when they give solve twice or solve completely. Okay. Then what's the other word given here? All possible values. All possible values. All this a remainder theorem concept. You have to use division method. Given x and two other factors of this, calculate the values of a and b. Okay. This sixth question. I want you to try sixth one. Can you see there are two values given? Two x values. And how many alphabets are unknown here, students? Apart from x in this equation, how many unknown alphabets we have? A and all of you will respond. A and B, right? Okay, 6, 7, 8 we'll do tomorrow. For board exam, you'll get either third main any one question, third main, fourth or fifth. If not sixth one. Sixth one is a tough, lengthy one. We'll do the 6, 7, 8 tomorrow. Okay. For all these words, remember all these words use division method. Use normal factorization first, then go with division. So I want you all to try third main, fourth one and fifth main for homework. If you all don't do and send it, I won't let you all for tomorrow's class, students. Exercise. Third main, fourth one and question 5. Okay, complete and send it. We'll continue tomorrow. That's it for today. You all can leave. All of you all can leave.